Namaste program, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. France to Australia, but ship in little bits. Yesterday we arrived at Alamain International Airport. Let's start there and let's see, what have we got here? How far away is any of this stuff? Well, it's pretty far away actually. It doesn't look it, but it is. So, can we go to Borg El Arab International Airport, which I presume is... What else have we got? We got anyone? Okay, this one in Alexandria. Let's go Alexandria International. That sounds better. 30 minutes. Perfect. We definitely want to add Borg El Arab Stadium. This is literally the first point of interest that we've seen on this trip. We might as well go over the airport. We might as well visit Al Hammam and El Alamain, which is nowhere near its airport, which is where we're taking off from. Let's try and find a few little things in between here. Here we go. Let's go. What have we got here? Marseille Beach Village. Look at this thing. That'll be interesting to look at. Boom. And probably definitely want something here. Let's actually head out into the fields here and go visit Kezem El Hammam. Boom. Give ourselves a bit of a zigzag to do. Probably want another one in here somewhere. Here we go. Syed Darwish. These all sound like people names rather than town names, but I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. As you know, I'm always very wrong. And can we get one more thing here? Anything interesting around here? I guess we can just have a look at some more of these resorts. In fact, we'll go straight up to Telal El Salia Village. Boom. Let's go back and see if there's any way too long bits. No, I think that's pretty good. Let's go. Okay, we've had word that the zombie horde following us has almost arrived, so we better get going and outrun it. On our way from El Alamain International Airport here to Alexandria. There we go, let's take off, get our wheels up. Get this show on the road. It is completely clear, although there are some clouds in the distance there. Almost looks like a dust storm or something, but hey, 126 for a couple of kilometers as we gain our height here. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Tower Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11 continue for east departure.
Just realised I haven't put my wind on. I need my wind. Wind option 2, 12 knots that way. Fair enough. Not too bad. Nothing but nothing. Just an airport, middle of nowhere. Seems to be El Alamain Airport, which is El Alamain's a fair way away. Alright, purple arrow is happy, so we want 37 degrees for 3 minutes 2 seconds. We'll start our clock on our way to Telal El Salia Village, which is just all these resorts up on the coast here. They call themselves villages, it seems. So that the people who are visiting, the tourists, think that it's, oh, it's a quaint little Egyptian village, when it's just a completely constructed resort. You do what you have to. We've got to get back to the purple line though, so let's head this way just a little bit. That'll probably do. That'll be basically where we're headed, over there somewhere. A bunch of fields and things here. Big road. Bit of a town over in the distance at the end of the road there. Probably start leveling off now. I haven't even got my flaps up. I'm an idiot. Let's do that first. Get some speed up. Hello, little desert encampment with a few little rows of olive trees or something. Why, thank you. There we go, that'll do. We're now quite high enough. Down to 4%. Let's go down to 90% power.
Alpha 11 is type Diamond DA 62.5 miles northeast of Hotel Echo Alpha Lima 2,800 feet. Request, flight following.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Cairo Center. Squawk 7307.
Squawk 7307 Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 radar contact 5 miles northeast of Hotel Echo Alpha Lima 2,500 feet. QNH 29er decimal 85.
Beautiful.
Roger Chas Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
Okay, our little Tel El Salia village is actually this resort over here, I think. Judging by where the custom dot is showing up. This patch of white with houses on it. Is it sand? Is it concrete that they've put down? Why is it so white? Is it snowy when the photo was taken? 11 degrees, middle of winter? I don't know. Does it snow in Egypt, in North Africa? I really don't know. Given that we had a big resort there, big resort here. Resorts on resorts. So many resorts. Okay, 105 for 344. To another resort, the Marseille Beach Village. Check out the little buildings on the side of the highway here, see if they're of any interest. What's that? Helipad. Hospital helipad. Interesting. Guess they land there when they need to deal with these resorts if someone's had an issue. Probably not a hospital nearby. There's no big towns, just these resorts. Probably got their own medical staff and whatnot, but you know. When you stub your toe and you have to go to hospital, you have to go to hospital, don't you? No pools in this one. Ooh, they just swim in the ocean, in the sea. Good on them. Oh, there's one pool there. Part of a bit that's being constructed. They've built it all and gone, oh shit, we forgot to build pools. We better build pools. This one's already got, it's got two big pools. One right next to the beach. Why not have a pool next to a beach? For those allergic to salt water, presumably. Why is all that carved out into roads? There's no buildings there. Can it be another resort, maybe? More resorts. Jesus, here's another huge resort. This whole section's a resort. Got a town and then a resort. A whole town to support the resort, presumably. Oh, the decadence. Look at this lagoon resort. What are you doing? What are you all about? Anyway, it's not the one we picked. The custom one's coming up just now. It must be this. I think it's this one I picked. Is Marseille Beach Village. That's not a resort. That's just someone's stately manor. Or something. Couple of those just hanging off the road there. Must be for the rich resortees. you know, so many people must come on holidays here. There's just so many apartments available in these resorts. Alright. Okay, now we're on our way to El Alamein, which, if you'll remember, is also the name of the airport. So, yeah, long way from the airport, this town. 127 for 429. El Alamein. Again, we've got all these sort of roads carved out, but doesn't seem to be any buildings actually as a part of it yet. They're getting ready to build a whole new section, I guess. Wow. Wow. Here we go. We've got petrol processing facilities. The good old petroleum, fossil fuels. Wouldn't you just turn this whole area into solar farms? Wouldn't that make more sense? Provide just as much electricity but for cheaper? Convert this plane into an electric plane and we're good. We're good to go. You know, and all the other planes and all the cars. Anything else that uses petrol. It's not impossible. Completely doable. Completely bloody doable, human race. What a weird section of all of this is much more high res than the rest of it. But we'll take it, we'll take it. What do we got there? Some kind of... that almost looks like an archaeological dig or something. A dig hole in the ground. This bit here. With some little buildings around it. Doesn't look like a normal set of buildings at all. This, however, is a resort. It's basically looks like the Jurassic Park main building. These resorts? I guess they are. They're resorts with lawns. Jesus Christ. Imagine the poor people of this country thinking about how much water and money has been spent building all of this shit when they're living in poverty somewhere, presumably. I'm sure Egypt has plenty of poor people, just like every other country. But you gotta build your resorts, right? What's going on here? Another resort being built? That's just gigantic. That's weird. I don't know what that is at all. It's for the aliens. It's the alien lizard people. That sort of stuff all over the place. This whole section. Is it things that have been blurred out, maybe? Maybe there's the military section of El Alamein. I don't know. Well, I know that this is El Alamein here. This big sort of resort lagoon thing at the sea here. Some more resorts here. I think this is all just getting ready to be more resorts. Is that a golf course? First golf course I think we've seen in North Africa. Alright, there you go, golf course. I want to know where all the wealth is in the world. I think we found it. Well, let's turn the desert into an oasis using petrol money. No more power to them. Off you go. Do what you have to. Maybe send a little bit also to the poor and needy, but you know, I guess you don't have to if you don't want to. No need to be a humane human. No one expects that of you. I don't know why the custom point's where it is. It's over here somewhere. That's where I put it. That's what I'm going with. We better go over to it, otherwise the purple arrow will not be happy. Look at this thing below us here. It's like, oh, hold my beer. You thought you had a good resort down there? Hold my beer. I'm going to have a bigger one. Bigger houses, bigger lawns, bigger everything. That looks like the purple line's happy. Look at this. What's going on there? Big toll booth or something. Maybe it's just a over the highway rest stop, as you have quite often in Europe. Let's see, we've got 94 degrees now for 4 minutes 24. We're on our way to Qesm El Hammam. Look at all of this. Look at all of this. I mean, this must be, like, if you just add up all these together, imagine it's peak season. Are they all going to be full? Probably not, but I mean, they wouldn't be a good business if they weren't doing enough trade. So are you telling me that tens of thousands of people come here on holidays to justify all these resorts? That's insane. I guess it's like that on the Gold Coast in Australia and the Central Coast. Plenty of resorts and things, well, but not like this. But not like this. I mean, I don't think I've seen anything like this in Australia. I mean, plenty of, you know, in Surfers Paradise, it's all sky-rise apartment blocks to deal with the influx of people coming to the beach in summer, but, you know, I think this would hold more people. I mean, look at this. Yeah. Well, just the whole coast here for hundreds of kilometres is full of resort apartments. Or are these actual towns where people are living? I doubt it. Don't look like actual towns. Well, they look like resorts. Anyway, I guess that's the way it is. What are we looking at here? So 94 degrees for 424. We've done 146. Another 3 minutes to Qesm El Hammam. We've actually found some clouds. They were clouds. It wasn't a dust storm. They do move in herds. But all just lots of farmland here. Presumably providing the food for the resorts. The metric shit ton of them. My custom point is beginning to almost show up. Just about. What are those 3 blue dots? Must be 3 bits of water just in front of us here somewhere. Around Qesm El Hammam. See this? Like blue dot, blue dot, blue dot. What's that? Just mystery water. Just little reservoirs in the farms or something that are showing up. I'm not seeing any actual water. It's weird. Actually weird. It should be about like, it must just be one of these things. It's the algorithm has decided that's water. Alright, this is the general vicinity of Qesm El Hammam. Look at this different section of European style colouring of farmland. What's going on there? What's going on there? That's someone's painted that over in Photoshop. Must be something else there in reality. That's insane. The algorithm's lost its damn mind. I mean, very definitely, it doesn't match the surrounding, doesn't blend in properly with everything else. The algorithm just thought that little section was part of Europe or something. Alright, so now we want 61 degrees for 2 minutes 28. On our way to Al Hammam. Spelt differently to the, we had Qesm El Hammam, E-L-H-M-A-M, and now Al Hammam, A-L-H-M-H-A-M-M-A-M. Presumably the same thing. Qesm must mean, I don't know, the farms of Al Hammam or something. And this is presumably the town of Al Hammam when we get there in 2 minutes 28. we don't get lost in the clouds. Kind of glad we're over here with the farms rather than the resorts. Those resorts were doing my head in. So much wealth.
Rover Zulu Alpha 1-1 contact approach on 1-2.
Contact approach? Approach what? Which approach? Whose approach? What approach?
Approach Chaz Rover Zulu
Oh no.
Alpha 1-1 2,500 feet.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 1-1 approach QNH 29.83 continuous
They
plan.
turned into children because text-to-speech was offline, and then they turned into children. What the actual fuck? My copilot, no! You've been hit by the zombie virus, which is actually turns everyone into children. Children, baby zombies. Oh no, the baby zombies. Alright, custom point just ahead here. I don't know if Alamain is this big city or whether I pick something just next to it, but either way, here's where we're arriving. Hello, is this Alamain? I guess it is. Yes, yes, very nice. You're very pretty. You've got a football stadium and everything. Yeah, it's very big. Much large. Many wow. Right, 86 degrees for 4 minutes 7. On our way to Sayed Darwish. A couple little parks. Football field actually looks like it's overrun. Perhaps they haven't used it for a while. They've lost the thirst for playing football. Anything else? Is that a park? Is those fields? They might be fields. It could be farm fields. You've got farm fields right in the middle of the city here. You don't often see that. I guess it's the edge of the city, really. Speaking of farms, it's just farms on farms here. Look at all of this. Look at all this farming. What's going on with the wind here? Ah, it has picked up and it's a tailwind. That's why we're losing height all of a sudden. Very windy place, these North Africas. Is that the algorithm putting that cloud on the shadow of the cloud there, or is it just so happened that there was a cloud during the photography, which is that's actually what it looks like, and happens to match almost exactly that cloud that the algorithm has put in. That's a coincidence, I think. What's gone over there? Is that water over there? Yes, it is, according to the map. Yep. In fact, we're a little bit... Here we go, we've got more of these rolling fields that look more like European, but don't quite match with everything that's going on past it. So, again, I don't know, is that something that's been blurred out and then the algorithm has made a rather strange decision? Look at all these farms! They're just all as far as the eye can see over here. This is a reservoir. A reservoir. Right, we're nearly back to our white line, which actually goes over the reservoir. Like our custom points over here somewhere. Might be this little town here that I clicked on then. Sayed Darwish. One of these little things where there's little plots marked out, but everything looks a bit weird. Again, that must be a dig site. It looks like, you know, channels that they've dug in the soil there. Looking for something, maybe. What are you looking for? Are you trying to plunder the tombs of the ancients, you grave-robbing bastards? Don't you know there's none left? England and France and Spain and all that came here in the 1800s and just took it all. Put it in their museums and pretend like it isn't theft. So this is Sayyid Darwish, little village, not far from this huge industrial area, I guess, you know, farmland, warehouses and things, to deal with all of this farming that's going on. Alright, now we want 39 degrees for 2 minutes 40. On our way to Borg El Arab International Airport, which is not where we're landing, but we're going to visit it anyway. Look at all this. There's just so much industrial area. I guess they put I mean, it's like a SimCity map, where you've been, you know, tried to keep everything away from everything else. Most of the cities on the planet just bung everything wherever they please and don't care that the industrial's right next to the residential and commercial. But here they've kept it all separate, and good on you. Well done, whoever designed all of this. But now it's pretty good. So I think I see the airport. Yes, we can see a dark patch here. And that must be it there. We'll go have a look at Borg El Arab International. You will be assimilated. Fortunately, I think the Borg are no match for the child zombies that are chasing us, so we should be able to get rid of the Borg fairly easily by just running them into the horde of zombies that pursue our engine noise at all times. Here we go. The airport, Heba. Something weird when you come into the actually after a while. If you come into here after a while, it zooms in for some reason. This map, I don't know why, or zooms out or something. It's doing something weird. The things come at you too fast for a little bit. So I don't know what that's definitely a bug that I would like to see fixed. Okay, so now we want 15 degrees for 1 minute 43. We're going to see the very first and possibly only point of interest that someone's bothered to put in all of Africa here. North Africa. I'm sure the pyramids are points of interest as well. And it's a football stadium. Borg El Arab Stadium. I think that must be it there. Let's go find out. Let's see what's so important about that particular stadium. I assume it has something to do, it must be Alexandria, because we're basically in the outskirts of Alexandria here. Borg El Arab must just be this area or this section of Alexandria. Perhaps it's someone's name, perhaps it's named after people. Let's see what's so exciting about this stadium. That it's got its own 3D model, that it's got the very first point of interest we've seen in North Africa. Borg El Arab Stadium, there it is. We're about to arrive at it. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. Does Alexandria perhaps had the Olympics? Question mark. It does look like almost a Greek style stadium, right? With a Colosseum, Roman maybe. Not the world's greatest 3D model, but hey, there it is, Borg El Arab Stadium. All right, and now we want 41 degrees for 5 minutes 55. At Alexandria International airport. Meanwhile, we'll be flying over what I assume is the outskirts of Alexandria here. Bunch of civilization over there on the what would be resorts, but now is probably just people living. We're in the industrial area here. Got huge fields of something here. Incredible. What is all this? What is all this? I demand an explanation. Just lagoon fields. Wetland, what are they growing there? There's our little stadium that we just visited. What is going on there? Oh my god, the algorithm. The aliens. The aliens are coming. Everything's turning purple. It's laser beams from the Omicron Zeta 3. They found us. They found us. They're going to turn us into child zombies. We're doomed. Save yourselves. Eject, eject. Must be having trouble contacting the flight sim servers. My internet's on. It's all fine. So, but we've apparently lost text to speech, which is an online service as well. And yeah, it's not loading everything in. It's doing purple lines or something. Purple areas. What's going on? We're under attack. Look how big Alexandria is. This is incredible. And it's all on bloody sandbanks. 5 centimeter rise in water, and that's it. This whole place is underwater, surely. Incredible. I see a runway. That must be our airport there. Yep. Alright, there it is. We're just coming in straight to it. No whacking furries. Alright, well we want to be a little bit over this way again. A bit, then. So that we come in straight in. That's the wind. Oh, the wind's behind us though. The wind's behind us though. They're probably going to want me to land the other way. Alright, so we better talk to them then. Alexandria International, there we go.
Alexandria Tower, Ches Rover Zulu Alpha 117 miles southwest, 2,900 feet to land.
Ches Rover Zulu Alpha 11 Alexandria Tower. QNH29er decimal 85 phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPS PH equals WIHND. Wind slash phoneme 185 at 17.
X Microsoft.
Runway 22.
Make left traffic runway 22, Ches Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
This is hilarious. They should put the voices like this at all times. What was it said? Like 185 X Microsoft? What? He was meant to just say QNH 2985 wind and then added Microsoft in there somewhere. It all falls apart when you can't talk to the internet, apparently. Anyway, we've got just marshlands here. Insane marshlands outside the city. Good looking city. Very, very big. Lots of big buildings. Incredible. Don't think I've ever really seen Alexandria before. I think we can start slowing down a bit. Because we need to land runway 22, which is the other way, of course. Which makes sense because the wind is very much behind us and quite strong. So I'm sure it's a long runway. I'm sure we'd be able to land with a tailwind, but who knows? Maybe it's just completely impossible. I've never done it, to be honest. Well, I've probably done it in Flight Simulator, but you don't do it in real life. You always land into the wind. It gives you more control and more lift if needs be. Okay, we can get our flaps down, we can get our wheels out. There we go, they're coming out. We're doing our left hand runway here. Make sure our QNH is set correctly. It is. Actually, I think I'm doing right hand. That's not what I was meant to do. Left traffic is... Yeah, I should have gone the other way. Oh, well. Fuck you, ATC. It's not to the left of the airport. It's turning left to land on the runway, so... Yeah, messed that up. Alright, I messed that up. So what? Sue me. Sue me. I wanted to see the city. I wanted to see the city. And there's a big park here. There's a big lake here.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 phoneme alphabet equals X Microsoft UPSPH equals WIHND. Wind flash
What?
phoneme 185 at 17. Cleared to land runway 22.
Cleared to land runway 22 Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11.
That might be the best thing that's ever happened in this game. They've turned it into children, and they're just putting random ex-Microsofts in it. Alright, let's line ourselves up. I think we're coming in a bit fast, but I'm not sure at this point. Slow it down anyway. Can always speed up. Can't always slow down. Didn't do any trimming, so I'm struggling with the controls here. There we go. A bit of trimming will certainly make life a bit more pleasant. No, we're looking good. We're looking pretty good here. Maybe give it just a little bit because we're about to hit this light pole, but anyway. I don't think it's an actual object. We would have clipped through it. Beautiful. Welcome to Alexandria. On leg 24 of our bush trip across the world, avoiding the zombie hordes that are chasing us.
Chaz Rover Zulu Alpha 11 turn next taxiway.
No, I'm not going to do what some child tells me on the radio. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for existing. Au revoir, goodbye.